Hi everybody, I'm Ian and I'm in Dublin. I'm going to try and do this video in one go without having to do loads of edits and stuff like that, and it's my first real video of this type, but I wanted to let you know what I'm doing and where I'm at. So I've been keeping saltwater tanks for about 10 years, and before that I had fresh water in my home as I grew up all through my life. So I recently moved house to my permanent home, and that let me really invest and go for a full proper tank. I had the intention of getting a Red Sea Reefer, 425 XL or something like that. I was set on that, but a friend of mine who is the owner of a company called Seahorse Aquariums, which is Ireland's premium store, steered me in the direction. He said, look, I think Aquaone are releasing a new tank, and I had an Aquaone Aqua Reef before and loved it, but due to moving house had to shut it down. So this is basically a budget Red Sea Reefer 425 XL. So it's 120 from left to right centimeters, and it's about 53 front to back, and it has a sump underneath. So, and it's about 50 odd top to bottom as well. So it really is the same as the Red Sea Reefer, except for like nearly half the price, or maybe 2/3 of the price. Being a long-term reefer, I had a lot of gear already. Like, I already owned my lights, I already had my skimmer, I had different bits, I had different, things that I could just put together. So I wasn't going for like a full investment, although now I kind of want to upgrade the lights and I need to upgrade the skimmer. So here's where I'm at. I have 3 AI primes, the original ones. That's what I'm getting my lighting, and I really like that. As you can see, I've used the Red Sea Reef net cover for the moment. I've made a couple before, so it was handy enough for me to do on my own. The trick is to duct tape everything down on the table and then just like work it in. And I've put 2 supports in so that I don't get a bar in the middle of the light. So that's how that's working out. All the rock is real reef rock. It came from America and gets brought over to Seahorse Aquariums. There's about 40 something kilos in there. The rock structure, I tried to keep it off the back, and it is off the back a bit. And these are all ledges with caves underneath, so there's plenty of flow. Same on that side. So 3 base rocks, a plate, and then a rock on top. 3 base rocks, a plate, and a rock on top, like a plate rock on top. And I had to get a couple of branches because they're just amazing looking. So I'm not sure what I'll do with coral there, but could be zoas, could be something encrusting that'll make those arms and fingers look really interesting. So I was doing the Red Sea Reef mature cycle, and I did do it, and yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm pretty lax with all this stuff. I'm kind of not too fussy about it. Like, the whole thing with me and reef tanks and fish tanks is that, like, the less I do, kind of the better they do. But get all the basics right. So I'm checking my parameters, trying to keep my alkalinity at about 10, because that's where I want it. But at the moment I'm not too fussy about the alkalinity being a bit lower, so it's probably about 8 or 9. Not too fussy right now because I'm not putting anything in there coral wise until May or June even. So that's that bit. Now these Clams, that is the whole reason I've got the tank, because I had them in a Fluval Evo, and I had them just kept there temporarily, just trying to keep them going, and they were in there for nearly a year, and I just felt cruel, and that's what spurred me to do this. And my little daughter is really interested in them too, so I was like, I'm going to make this something that she can really enjoy. Now, speaking of little kids and speaking about the tank, let's have a look at what I've done, because these doors are unsecure underneath. So I'll flick away from the tank for a sec, and God, that's not very good, I've lost it. Right, it's in my hand. Okay, so this is Safety First's magnetic locking system. Like, that's like a little knob, alright? And in my cupboards, see the way it's kind of hanging there? I have a lock. See that? It's magnet operated. That is the best trick in the book. So it latches on here, and when I close the door, it's firmly locked. Like, look, that one. fully locked. Magnet lock on, door opens. That is pure genius, and it's going to save your tank from your little kids who are going to enjoy it but potentially kill it. Okay, so there's not normally door handles, but the wife had got me handles for something, anything, before for a present. They sat in my cupboard for about 2 years, and hey, I think they look good, and it helps me work with the magnet locks. So here's the Sump. The Sump that came with the Aquaone was, you know, it's okay. If you didn't know any better, it'd be fine. Now there's an automatic top up, and it's probably about 10 litres. It was in the back left corner over here, and genuinely I felt it was stupid and useless. So I got a glass cutter, I cut a stripe down the middle of it, and then I gave it a smack with a hammer from the inside. Risky, I know, but that's what I did. Broke it out, sliced it out, cleaned every single bit of mastic off, trying to be super clean, and had some new weirs cut by some guys in a company called Nutgrove Glass, or sorry, Churchtown Glass, and they're behind Nutgrove Shopping Centre. And I glued in a few weirs. My original intention was to create this chamber here into a constant level skimmer chamber, and the water comes in obviously where the RO was, and then up and over this little weir here, move my hand, and in. Now that's feeding to the top, and the Tunzi comb line skimmers feed from the top, and they're like, that's how it works. So I thought, hey look, I'm giving it a constant feed of water. I have a 9004, but I wanted to go to a 9012 non-DC. So I was like, okay, I've created this section, it measures out perfectly for the Tunzi to fit in there, and I get the magnets down here and between these two weirs that would sit on top. I wanted the 12 because it was big, and it was gonna have, or the 9012 was big, and it had a holiday cup that I could drain off, and the Tunzi does fit in there. But at the moment, I'm not sure if I want to go with that skimmer. Dan in Seahorse Clams is encouraging me to go for a Deltec. I think they call it like the 400i or something like that, and it looks cool. Maybe not 400, maybe a 600, and it would go into the refugium chamber. But honestly, like, what do I even need a refugium for? I'm really doing this basic. I'm not going to be growing loads of algae or anything. I'm just not that way inclined. It's not that much for me. So filter socks are in there at the moment purely because I haven't got around to getting some filter cups. I just lashed a bit of floss on the top so I can clear out some of the jargon. Now, you might look at these joints and think they are messy, and you know what? These, like these on the weirs, they are messy. I tried to do them neatly, I really did, but it didn't work out for me. And the mastic I used, not the mastic, but like the silicone I used, it's changing colour, and it kind of pisses me off, but at the same time, let's see where we go. Right, so I've stuck the skimmer here because I'm trying to just get it running and skimming anything, but I don't think there's anything in the tank for it to skim because there's just no stock, just no poo, no skim. I am using Max Spec as well. I have the filter blocks which create all the surface areas, so I don't have any like bio pellets or anything in there at the moment. I'm just using these Max Spec ones, and I was going to get more, and then I was like, I don't even think I need them. The return pump is a 4000, a Reef Motion 4000 DC, but look, I don't even think, I think that might be a bit too little. So look, that's what I've got right now, and it's turning the tank over. I got the plug bars in IKEA, and you know what? They're ideal because you can switch off individual pumps, individual items. Couldn't go wrong, cheap enough. So that's that. All of these little tabs up around here, they're all for tying in my cables. And right now, during the cycle and while I'm getting things sorted out, I'm just not tying anything down, so the cables are loose. When I'm just absolutely positive on my setup, then I'll start tying stuff down. I'm using the Tunzi for my automatic top up, and this bad boy here is a bin from, I don't know what the company's called, Warm or whatever it's, I can't pronounce that, but that brand. And it's actually a 55 litre bin and it fits so well in there. So that's feeding my auto top up. Much better than that little chamber in the back. Okay. Now for power heads. I could not afford the power heads I wanted. I wanted two MP40s. I couldn't afford it. I saw two MP40s for sale on a second-hand page, and I was all for getting them. But then I looked into it and I found out that MP40s only really have a lifespan of about 2.5 years. Could be wrong, but I've been told that they start to die off after 2.5 years. And the ones I was looking at were 2.5 years old. So I thought, no way, I'm not going to put them in. So I went on eBay and I found these. They're the Jabo SLW 20s. Now there's a 10, a 20 and a 30. Now I've got two 20s. They're synced up, so one's on slave and they're pumping back and forward. There is flow in the tank. I don't think it's enough, but it's enough for during the cycle. I don't know what I'm going to do for power heads. I might try and get the 30s purely because of how neat they look. Now in the shed I have two Tunzi like the Nano Stream ones. They're out in the shed and they're spotless, like, but I haven't fitted them yet. I might be encouraged to put them down in the back corner, blowing up, and break the surface tension there as well and draw something under the rocks. But honestly, I don't know. If you have an opinion, you think that's a good idea to put them down low in the back corners and blow up from the back corners, that might be something. Not sure. But hey, look, that's where I'm at. I can see the videos already at 12 minutes. I don't think I've explained anything. The plumbing is good. I glued some of it in. Some of it's just in loose. That's why you can see the salt building up on it. Again, just wasn't 100% yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with the sump either. Like, I don't know if I'm not going to be able to change it because I haven't got any money. Like, that's how it is in this. Like, if you've got loads of money and you're able to go out and buy everything you want on the first day, but right now I have no fish tank money, so I'm not buying or spending any more. It's running and it's going to be doing its thing. But I don't know what to do with the sump. Like, it's okay. It'll do, like, and if you don't know what you're doing with a sump, then of course it's going to function. But you know, I'd love to get some fancy kind of sump like from America, but you know, money. So yeah, I'm happy enough right now. Even when I do change the lights, I probably still change them for 3 AI primes, because I just don't think I can justify getting anything else. As well as, I'm sure they'll grow whatever I need. I'm not going to do anything expert. I'm not going crazy. And like, sometimes the basic stuff looks as good as the expensive stuff, so let's be real. The clients are happy. Should they've moved into like some kind of $1 million mansion. And I'm still running my Fluval 13. It's over in the corner here. I just quickly flashed across the room, and I just have some like cleanup crew and stuff still in there, but I didn't want to put them in because of the cyno, and I'm battling cyno in this tank, so I don't want to put them in. I don't know, what do you think? I've got like 2 Halloween crabs and like six snails, and I've got a worm in there as well, and then I can't remember what they're called, the Nasio worm snails that like do the sand sifting. It's like 30 quid. Will I just chuck it, or will I like try and get rid of the cyno and put them in the tank? I don't know. So back across the room, give you an idea. I put the tank into a nook between the fireplace and the wall. I'm really happy with it. No, I'm happy with it, but it's going to be slowly. I'll probably put more fish in it in May, and I really appreciate you guys taking time to watch this video. Oh, just one more really interesting thing. The weir is like a pyramid, so it's not like square sides. They claim that that like assists in flow. So when you look at the weir in the tank, can you see it? Not really. It's yeah, it's interesting. So hopefully that'll improve flow, but I'm not helping with my 2 small weak power heads. But hey, Guys, have a good one. My Instagram account is reef.sys, and I'd really like you to follow me. And if you have questions, ask me and I'll comment back and let you know. So this is an Aquaone Reef SYS. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully have better videos in the future. Well, welcome to my channel.